Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on my video. Today I will be revealing to you a conversation I often have with my brain, and I'm pretty sure many people have regularly, so I hope it serves as a friendly reminder, and if not, use it as background noise. While I'm talking, I will be painting this little Pierrot sad clown girl. So take what you need from this video and I hope you enjoy it. So my thought process is often something like this. Oh, I've got half an hour now. What should I do with it? What should I do with my evening or my time? I could draw, but no, I won't draw because it's not worth it. I don't have like a chunk of time, like five hours to do something decent. What am I going to do with 30 minutes? So not really, and I don't really feel like it. If I started at some point, maybe I would feel like it, but I only have half an hour, so yeah. And regardless, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm hungry, I can make something to eat, and my back hurts, and I think my hand is a little, I don't know, overworked from drawing so much. And I kind of feel distracted, there's a lot of noise around me, and I'm stressed for my job, you know. Anyway, artists are strange. Have you seen that weird artist with that strange thing that he calls art and like invents a backstory to make it meaningful? I don't know, it just seems kind of cuckoo to me. And I remember that one person in school who used to draw a lot. That was a nerd, like a real nerd. And I'm also not really that good. I don't have the talent that others have. Like there is no way I can compete with those people with millions of followers online. I mean, I have no followers, so how could I ever like be seen in this world? And I didn't go to art school, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they all went to art school, and that's why they're so successful. And they're probably born with some crazy talent they got from their parents or something. And besides, it doesn't make money. Like, it's a waste of time, really. What do I get from, like, what's the point? What's the point of drawing and painting? I have so many important things to do, and I also have a lot of other hobbies that I could do. And I could cultivate my mind and be inspired. And, well, the last time I drew, I wasn't that happy with it anyway, and maybe I just can't draw. And also, it's sometimes just not meaningful. Like, what am I supposed to draw? I don't feel inspired. There's no muse. There are no ideas. I'm not in a good mood. I don't know where to start. And being as old as I am, I don't know, like, starting to draw now, there are things I'm probably better at. I haven't done it in such a long time that I don't even know how to draw anymore. And I don't have time, and all those art supplies are so expensive. I can't afford all of that, and I actually enjoy being comfortable. I don't know, there are social events that I could go to, like a friend of mine wants to meet, and there is this drawing by numbers box that I got. That would probably be easier to use, right? Yeah, so I'm not gonna draw. Let's just watch some TV. Yeah, that's a small part of what goes on in many of our brains, I think, at times. And I tried to think about all of these points and analyze them, and it came down to the fact that most of the reasons I mentioned are actually mental, like they're related to your mindset, and they can be overcome and changed. It just takes using your brain like a little more intensely. Like it takes not giving into instincts and what your first urge is, but to think about it logically and analyze it a little bit to realize that this is just your initial gut reaction to something that's actually a bit difficult. So I will go through these points one by one and try to give you the counterpoints to them. So let's start with the physical reasons. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and my back hurts. Very easy to solve. Well, maybe not very easy for some people, but if you're tired right now, you could probably go for a little walk or do a few jumping jacks or get some caffeine. But if you're constantly tired, then of course you're going to have to think about your health in more depth. Think about exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, having your routines, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, and just eating healthy, because that's really, really important in being a creative person and living a creative life, and just having a healthy mental state as well. If you're hungry, well, that's simple. Grab a snack, grab some carrots. If in general, you often find yourself not having anything to eat and you turn to fast food or things like that, think about cooking in bulk, cooking really easy meals, making salads, and maybe getting one of those like grocery delivery services like HelloFresh and those things that save you the time of actually going grocery shopping. So there are some workarounds with this. And as for your back hurting, it all comes back to exercise and just having a healthy balance, not overdoing things, not drawing too much, because of course your hand is going to hurt at some point if you're doing it for hours and hours and hours every day. Pay attention to good posture, get a chair that can be adjusted, use some pillows to have your joints in the right places, things like that, just common sense really. And now we're moving on to the more complicated reasons that are, as I mentioned, mostly a matter of mindset. Let's start with the silliest one, which is artists are strange and it's nerdy to be an artist. First of all, I think being strange is actually kind of cool because you wouldn't want everyone to be the same. That would be a really boring world that we live in. And most of us are adults and shouldn't care that much about what other people think. Other people think. And also some art forms may seem a little bit crazy and out there, but many artists are actually super smart and very grounded and logical individuals. So it's not really black or white. There are many shades of gray in between. And actually the nerds in school were found to be the most successful adults later. And so, yeah, I think that's just an excuse. If it all comes down to, do you want it? Do you enjoy it? And if you want it, are you willing to overcome all of those obstacles, really, and all that resistance? Because whenever you find resistance, that's often a sign that there's something amazing, like, beyond that. So, do you want to live a passionate life, and do you want art to be your passion? Then just keep on listening. So the second point of not being good enough, not having formal education, not being talented. I'm not one of those who don't believe in talent. I do believe that it takes a lot of hard work, but I also believe that talent helps. But whether you're talented or not, you're gonna have to put a lot of hard work in it, and the secret to this is not to compare yourself to others, but take them as inspiration and always compare yourself, to your past self. And I know that improvement is often not a conscious thing, so drawing is really nice because you're actually documenting on paper your development and your journey. And if you do it for a few months and you look at your first drawings, you will see a difference, and that's part of the fun. Formal education, you will find a lot of opinions about this online, and many people will tell you that it is not necessary to be formally educated. Actually, many schools will probably even derail or plant some not so great foundations that may not help you as an artist. So yeah, there's a way to be self-taught, but it also takes a lot of discipline. And again, it comes down to how much do you really want this. And just remember that when comparing yourself to other people who have millions of viewers, it doesn't make sense to say, I am not that good, so I won't do it at all, because they were all at that point years ago, and they drew, and that's how they got to where they are right now. If they had that mindset of there's no point in me trying because others are better, then we wouldn't have any great artists to look up to these days. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense. The third point I mentioned was the fact that, or the idea that art doesn't make money, it's a waste of time, and there are other more important things to do. And I think the key here is, or what we're trying to disguise is that we are not getting instant gratification in some cases. There are cases when you draw and paint and you do have instant gratification, but there are many cases, especially when you're learning, that you're not seeing the result right away, but it takes a long time and effort until you really feel like, wow, I really did something here that I can be proud of. There are many ways to make money as artists these days. That being said, it's true that art is probably not the safest option for making money or getting rich, or it's hard as an artist most of the time. There are some lucky ones or some that have worked hard enough to get there, but I get that point. But it doesn't have to be for making money. It can be your side hustle, or it can just be your hobby. And that leads me to other hobbies being more important. And I think the reason for that is that artists treated differently, especially when we're young. Like to learn an instrument or to learn a type of sport, our parents will send us to teachers and put us in classes and in teams and things like that. And it's accepted that it takes effort to get somewhere. Like, it's okay to say, oh, your ball didn't hit the basket or the goal or whatever. You're gonna have to practice this until you get it right. And it's okay to say you're gonna have to practice your violin and your arpeggios and things like that until you're really good at this. So there's a higher standard. Whereas with art, many times parents and teachers are trying to reassure us in a way that might not be good for our development. Like, we draw something as kids, as 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, or whatever, and everybody tells us, oh, that's great, I'll put it on the fridge. But there is no expectation. Like, whenever they try to criticize something or give their input, or try to teach us something, it feels very hurtful, I guess. I don't know if that's a cultural thing or just an innate thing that we have. So parents and teachers don't tend to tell us what we need to improve. It's just, oh, that's nice, honey. I'll put it on the fridge. So it's not, I feel that it's not taken as seriously as other leisure activities. So maybe that's part of the reason why art doesn't seem as important. So the next point would be art is a waste of time. And this talk is getting much longer than I expected, so I will deal with this and the following points in my next video. And to sum this up for now, our brain will tell us a lot of things why we shouldn't do something, but it's also our brain that we can use to realize that we're smarter than that and we can make ourselves happy if we just get over that initial resistance. So if you're interested in my thoughts about the rest of those reasons or excuses I mentioned, tune in next Friday. Thanks a lot for supporting me, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!